you hear different comments on social media and everything else about the way that our police officers are paid. However, there's a very direct line of compensation relating to OPP, to Toronto Police, to other municipalities. Mm-hmm. How does that work?
Oh, that would be another probably 5 shows to explain how that works.
Briefly then, how does that work?
Well, it's probably, you should probably have the police chief on to talk about the specifics of that. The relationship between the police department and council is pretty simple. We get their budget, and we can either accept their budget or we can send them a little memo saying we'd like you to cut some, and we can tell them how much, but we can't tell them how, and we can't tell them what to cut. So that's our relationship with police. Fire is a little bit different. I think I go into budget recognizing that those 2 services represent about 60% of the entire budget of the city. At the same time, I recognize that the city depends a lot on police services and the fire service. And they're very glad when they need them that they're there.
Yeah.
So I always put that value on. I mean, if you've never needed the services of a policeman and the only experience you get is maybe you got a ticket, then maybe you don't feel the same. But when you need those folks, and the magic is if you don't need them, they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Right. So I always have that in my head. Police and fire, sort of the silent heroes of the budget. They're yes, they cost a lot, but they're an essential service, and I just couldn't imagine doing without either one of them. And when you cut, you're cutting people. So you're cutting officers on the street. You're cutting firefighters on the truck. I always will think long and hard before